Hello there. It's been a long time since I've made a video, and I hope everyone who's listening is doing well and has come to terms with what life has been over the past, year and 5-6 months with COVID and all the changes that has brought with it. And hopefully it has been a forced time of self-reflection, looking at our lives, seeing what really matters, who really matters, how things matter or don't. I really think it's been a powerful time of self-reflection. And I'm on my way right now to take a late afternoon bike ride on the canal. You can probably see and hear my bike in the background attached to my bike rack. Anyway, it's gorgeous, warmish fall day, kind of like the last hurrahs of summer that we're having today, yesterday. I really enjoy that. And a lot has happened in the past since I've made videos. I've really been deeply involved in different kinds of trainings, training of the mind, and not this brain, but the mind that resides in the heart center. That mind, the brain. I love this. The brain is a physical object that, can be cut apart and examined. But the mind, where is the mind? It's formless. It's formless. And we generally, when we think of the mind, we point to our heads. But that's our brain. And so thinking of the mind as being that part of us that continues, that when we die, the body is left behind, everything we know is left behind, but that mind in the heart center is what continues. So depending on your belief system, I don't want to tread on anybody's, but I'll just share mine. So learning how to watch, pull back from how we respond, our automatic response system to things in our lives as they happen, and finding new ways to do it. We really haven't been taught how to see and watch our own minds at work, and yet they can be such a destructive force. Really, they just run wild. So the idea that our minds are like wild horses, and they will just stampede, run wild, and go all over the place. Like we have a response to something, and it's a real familiar track. Somebody says something, hurts our feelings, dismisses us in some way, whatever it might be, and we go right into the same reaction that's so familiar. So watching, learning and training to watch where that mind goes in response to the familiar things in life, or even the unfamiliar, but watching the response and catching it, like, look where my mind just went. Look how quickly I'm ready to make up a story about what that person really meant and how hurtful they are, and how right I am about feeling so wronged, Wow. And so it's been really an incredible, it's a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong adventure. And there's joyful effort to it, which I love. Joyful effort, It's not like we sit back and we just hope things work out. But we put energy and effort into things, but in a joyful way. How do we do that? That's the twist. That's the turn of how we look at our life, and how we can make it work for ourselves, so we're not caught in the same automated response syndrome, because we know where it takes us, right? We know where those minds take us. It's so familiar, and there's even, because of its familiarity, there's comfort to it, simply because it's familiar. It is uncomfortable, those minds that take us into the ruts and the holes and the pits of our lives. They're not fun. They're not comfortable. They are familiar. So we think there's some. We might not even think about it, but there's a feeling of familiarity. So we want to be careful with that. Just because it's familiar doesn't mean it's right. As a matter of fact, if it's familiar, examine it. Because if life is not working quite the way we want it to be, we need to be mindful. We need to be mindful. We need to pull back and look at how we think about certain things and how we respond. And there's real power to that. There's real power to that. And to be careful that the mind, or feeling angry or upset about something, especially anger is really destructive. It hurts everybody. It hurts, and it used to be my power, my place of power, or so I thought. I felt very rightful in my anger. And it felt like it propelled me into places where I needed to go. And I've come to understand that just isn't so, that an angry mind is a weak mind. Isn't that good? An angry mind is a weak mind. A calm mind is a strong mind. So I am pulling into where I'm going to get onto my bike. So that's all for now, but I am really looking forward to continuing. And also seeing that even though I have a place to record, a quiet place to record, that when I get in my car, just that movement, just that very movement of moving through space brings some new energy. So this is where I might be. And I hope to see you soon. Right here at another point in time. In the meantime, stay well.